Hi, I'm Randall, and I'm definitely no software engineer. I had just finished learning React, a framework for building websites, so I decided to put my skills to the test by building an expense tracker app from scratch in just 3 days while traveling through Hanoi, Vietnam. The app that I'll be building is a common pain point, which is an expense tracker designed for traveling. It lets you upload your receipts, automatically extracts the details using AI, and keeps track of how much you've spent and how much you owe or are owed by your friends and family. For the tech stack, I kept things pretty simple. I use Antigravity and VS Code with Claude to build the app, Supabase for the database, and Cloudflare for the cloud infrastructure. For the AI features, I use NAN with Gemini to automate the receipt processing workflow. The goal was pretty simple. Could I actually build a real, useful app with AI while I'm still enjoying my 3-day trip in Vietnam? So on day 1, my family and I were heading to a Halong Bay cruise. I woke up way too early, but the moment I got into the car, I was already planning out the app and figuring out what features I needed. As you can probably tell, I was absolutely exhausted. We then switched to a limousine and I started bouncing off ideas with ChatGPT to make sure I wasn't missing any important features. And then out of nowhere, my stomach decided to declare World War II. I started getting some pretty bad stomach cramps. But with great determination, I pushed through and switched to another car heading to the cruise reception area. During the journey, I managed to finish mapping out the app's structure and navigation. And finally, we arrived! Look at that magnificent view! So, we were actually 2 hours early, so instead of relaxing like a normal person, I decided to use the time to build the AI receipt processing workflow. I used NAN and Gemini to automate the whole process, and after 2 hours of logging in, it was done! I uploaded the receipt, Gemini extracted all the information, and the data was automatically stored in Supabase. It was finally boarding time and we made it onto the cruise! We were welcomed by the cruise team with a spectacular upbeat welcome dance, although, I'm not gonna lie, I found it kinda zesty though. Like, kinda zesty, yeah, zesty. So I've made it to the hotel room. It's currently at 12:22 p.m. Still have one whole day to make the app, so let's do it. First, it's gonna be lunchtime first. No, just gonna give you a quick room tour. So, ta-da! Gonna head to the gym. I've been gymming for 4 years now, but apparently my cake is still my biggest muscle group, all natural. Next, we headed out to explore a few islands around Halong Bay. I went canoeing and even climbed Tip Top Island. And yeah, it was a pretty brutal climb because even a fit, handsome man like myself looked like I had just walked out of a sauna. Whew, I was drenched. We got back to our room at around 5 p.m. and started stressing out because after the entire day, all I had built was just a navigation menu. So I squeezed in about an hour of coding before dinner, then brought my laptop along and kept working while waiting for the food. But then, my internet died. 9 p.m. in Vietnam and having network issues that can't even work right now, as you can see. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. So I decided to spend the rest of the night squid fishing instead, and I caught literally nothing. So naturally, I went back to the gym. By the end of day 1, though I actually made some progress, I built a simple form to create new trips, connected it to Supabase, and retrieved the trip data to display on the homepage. Not bad for a day on a cruise. Hello, okay. I just finished taking a shower. Currently it's day 2 of building the tracker expense app in Hanoi. I currently moved to the new hotel after checking out of the cruise. So as you can see, I have my laptop set up behind. Let me just give you a quick progress of what I've completed. So honestly, I think about halfway there, you can see this is the current homepage. I've not added any styling, so the layout is pretty simple. So you can click into the destination, the trip that's been saved in the database, and inside this trip, for example, you can click on add expenses, choose a file, and choose my invoice image, you can see, and then it will start scanning the receipt and extracting the details. So once that is done, it will automatically fill up the expense, basically whatever I've bought, the description and the amount. Choose myself and paying for it and add expense. So then everything will be saved into Supabase. I think without further ado, I have some time left in the afternoon before we're gonna watch the puppet show. And then after eating, going for dinner, and then we'll be going to Beer Street. Yeah, let's see how much progress I can make today. Okay, finally managed to get my app to dynamically extract receipts with multiple line items, because apparently before this, it could only extract one. When I was about to make my way to the puppet show theater, it suddenly started pouring, and I thought, thank God I brought an umbrella. Guess what? It wouldn't open. So I decided to just walk through the rain because I'm a gangster like that. Finally made it to the puppet theater, where we got to watch a really unique and novel performance. After that, we headed to dinner and then checked out their nightclub 1900. And honestly, it was a blast! Amazing performance, and as you can see, my mom was killing it! Let's go, mom! The next morning, we had to pack up fast because our flight was leaving at 12:40. I was absolutely drained from barely getting any sleep, but I was determined to finish the challenge. So out came out the laptop. I started working on a dashboard page, and with a little help from Claude, or maybe kinda a lot of help, I managed to spin up a dashboard that shows up how much each person spent across all your trips. And as you can probably tell from my face, I was absolutely cooked. We eventually made it to the airport, and while waiting for our flight, I got Claude to give the app a proper design. I asked for something whimsical and lighthearted, and honestly, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. At this point, the app was about 90% done, just a few final touches left. I was planning to finish everything when I got home, but then I suddenly had an allergic reaction. My face started swelling until I looked like some kind of Ben 10 frog character. So I spent the next day finishing up the final touches, pushed everything to GitHub, and deployed the app to Cloudflare. And just like that, the challenge was done. So here's the final version of the app. On the homepage, you can see all of the trips you've saved in the app. To add a new trip, simply click Create Trip, enter the trip details, and add everyone who's going. Once you've created your trip, click on it to view the trip details. To add a new expense, just click Add Expense, upload a picture of your receipt, and the app will automatically extract all the details for you. You can even edit the individual line items if anything needs changing. Then, select who paid and who the expense should be split between. Once you save the expense, the trip page automatically calculates your total spending, as well as how much each person owes and is owed. And finally, we have the dashboard, where you can see all of your expenses across every trip, how much each person has spent, and how much they currently owe. And that's the app, from an idea on a cruise to fully deployed app.